How are you? Come on in. Got plenty of space in here for you. Happy Friday. The weekend is here. Fall weekends, too. I'm kind of jealous. My friends that live up north, they're all out enjoying their fall weather. They got their sweaters and their sweatshirts on. And no, I'm not jealous at all. No, I'm not. Because in about 3 weeks, I live in Florida. I'm good. I'm grateful to live in Florida. I am. We're talking about that today. We're talking about gratitude today in a big way. And gratitude, how it makes you feel. Do you need it? Is it the thing that you lead your day with? We'll lighten up this day since it's Friday, get into the weekend, lighten up with a couple of gratitude-style quotes and a little insight to you on gratitude as well. It's a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. Scratch my nose here. The positive boost you need every single day. I wrote a book on gratitude, and that's why it's on my mind. It's for men, the 5-minute gratitude journal for men. And a lot of folks have had a really good time with that. It's go to the website, motivationtomove.com. You can find that if you're looking for that. It's a good gift for guys. I tell you what, it's written from a guy's standpoint. When they actually asked me to write the book, I said I can't write it from a standpoint of general, positive psychology, gratitude stuff, because I think sometimes it doesn't cover what we need. People argue this point with me. I'm just being logical here. And yes, there's work to go through it every single day to get there. There's a process there. But I'm just saying, sometimes if you're just one way and you exclude everything else that's going on, it doesn't really serve you that well. And so I looked at myself as a man. I said, if I'm going to write this for men, then I have to recognize that sometimes a man will work his tail off, women too, a lot of people do, but I'm a man, and have a lot going on around him, everything you've ever wanted to have, and not be grateful for it. And so I wrote it from that standpoint. So that's where I come from gratitude, because I think there's some other things that come into play to get it there. We'll talk about that today as we get into it a little bit. I am happy to have you here today. My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer at motivationtomove.com. Trying my best to slow down. This is so much to do. Really, life is only so long. I just got to move faster to get it all done. But sometimes that comes off in the podcast, and I apologize for that, but I'm trying. We'll see what happens over time. I may not succeed, but I'll try to succeed anyway. My Scott Logic email is available to you. I'm happy with this. When I sat down to write it, and I've been putting it off for a long time. Why write another email? Well, the reason is I thought you could use it, and I thought it could be a good way for us to engage. But I didn't want to be just another piece of content email coming at you. I wanted to be a personal note for me that taught you something, that put a smile on your face, that made you feel connected to something, and took you maybe 30 or 40 seconds to read, and to the point that you actually found an email that you wanted to get every single day. If you get notes from the universe, Mike Dooley, which I've gotten for years, it's a little bit of inspiration from that because I've read his emails for years. Go to motivationtomove.com and get that. You can unsubscribe. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for everybody, that's for sure, but I'd like to try it. So on Fridays, we always ask the question, how do I want to feel? It's incredibly powerful because you are an emotional being. You've heard that before, but you are. You're an emotional person. Some of the folks in this world right now are doing nothing but emotions. They're letting their emotions guide them all over the place. And that's a lot of the challenge we have now. Watch the news for one night. You will see people just on the emotional forefront of whatever they're thinking, with no logic whatsoever. And that's too bad, because logic is where we all go to. And then we get what we want in life. You can't just live at one or the other. So an example is like, I literally was at Harley Davidson in Daytona Beach a week or so ago, and they had this beautiful motorcycle, custom, brand new, $78,000. It was gorgeous. And I was like, I pulled the salesman over. I was into that motorcycle. When I find something I love, man, it's a very high likelihood it's going to come home. So we start talking about the bike and the customization features on the bike, and I looked at the price tag. It was $78,000. I looked at that about 5 times. My wife's looking at me like, don't you dare. And we get a little bit more about it. And the salesman finally says to me, the thing that always gets me when I want to buy something, he says, well, you want to sit down and work some numbers? Boom, right out of emotional mode right away. So I could picture myself riding that $78,000 motorcycle right down the Main Street drag in Daytona Beach, Florida during Biketoberfest or Bike Week. I could see it. I just didn't want to see my bank balance go down that far. Logically, that didn't work for me. I could see myself riding just down the loop in Daytona. If you ever been here, you know what the loop is. But, financing options were really good, but I just didn't want to see that monthly payment. It's like, So, emotion, yes, I could see it. Logic went, boo! Want to stay married? More logic? No, not going to do it. So when you look at your day today, take a minute when we get done with the show and ask yourself, how do you want to feel? How do you want everybody else to feel? Go emotional and then let the day flow. You'll see what happens. It's awesome. Okay, let's talk about gratitude. I wrote a book on gratitude for guys, as I said before, because I think guys see it a little bit differently. I think a lot of people, any high achiever, anybody, and not to say all guys are all high achievers, they're not. But anybody who's going for something, working hard to get something, struggling through something, and then it's told, be grateful. Can I just be honest? Am I speaking the truth here? If you and I were at a sports bar having a beer, and we're talking about personal development, and you had some chicken wings and a couple of beers, and I said, listen, no matter what, how bad life is every single day today, you need to be grateful. What would you say to me? I'm not going to give you words. You think about it, but I've heard your words before. I'm just saying it's difficult sometimes. But how do you wake up with gratitude every single day? How do you do that? I usually wake up with a pretty good zest to get on with life. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Life is short, and I just want to get things done. Probably why I talk fast. And it's just going to run out too fast. I get that. And yet, I wake up grumpy. How can I be waking up grumpy and still be grateful? Honestly, I'm probably not grateful right away. I wake up grumpy. I don't like to wake up. I like sleeping. But after a couple of minutes, okay, I woke up. Let's get out of bed and make play. But I'm still grumpy. Don't get in my way. My coffee is not here yet. Leave me alone. I'm just that way. I always have been that way. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. But I'm certainly not grateful at that moment in time. I know, Scott, any day that you wake up, you should be grateful. Yeah, but I haven't had a chance to think about it yet. Currently, I'm thinking about the night's sleep I was just having. I don't want to get out of bed. I get better. So that's my proof is that sometimes you're grumpy before grateful. It's something you have to work into your life. Think about living in a fast-paced world with daily activities, big and small. A lot of the world, the good stuff that we need flies by without us even noticing it. So the first thing is to be present, kind of notice it. You've heard that before, but it is true. There's nothing new in this world right now. You can pretty much predict what's going to happen. I was watching this thing that's a sad thing that's happening in Israel right now, and I'm thinking, my God, my whole life it's been happening. Just happens. World's good, world's evil. But still, I'm grateful to be here. I find a way to take the good and the evil of the world and not obsess about it, not make myself fake and say, I'm just grateful no matter what. I'm not. I don't like that. I'm not grateful for that. But I'm grateful for how I feel about fixing that stuff. A couple of quotes for the weekend. Get in the weekend so we're not working too hard. Enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they were big things. Robert Brault said that. What are you doing little today? Enjoy it. I'm a bit of a no regrets kind of guy. I admit that sometimes I don't live in that area. But wisdom of others helps me move forward and change. If a fellow isn't thankful for what he's got, he isn't likely to be thankful for what he's going to get. Frank Clark said that. I love that word, if a fellow. It's so 1929. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation of abundance. Eckhart Tolle. It's true. Let's put it in a category of grateful or not grateful. Let's put it in the category of truth, right? Can we just do that? Is that simple? We don't have to be all foo-foo here at all. We don't have to do that. That's true. If you know it's good, it's the foundation of your abundance. What does who does not thank for a little will not thank for much? An Estonian proverb. More truth. Nothing fancy, just truth. Gratitude is a quality similar to electricity. It must be produced and discharged and used up in order to exist at all. William Faulkner, it's truth. You got to figure it out, use it, discharge it, do it again. In other words, life repeats every day. Just when you get in a state of gratitude, everything is awesome, then it sucks. Got to do it again. Truth? Yes. Enough is a feast. Buddhist proverb. When you're grateful, fear disappears, abundance appears. Anthony Robbins said that. Smart dude. When eating fruit, remember the one who planted the tree, a Vietnamese proverb. That's a way to be grateful. Probably more than anything, just a way to be grateful for that, huh? Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. William Ward. Interesting on that, kind of dials in and around the passion and purpose part of life. Viktor Frankl years ago discovered that in Man's Meaning for Life. When he figured out that, if you're grateful, meaning you have a purpose, you're heading towards something, you can deal with almost anything. He certainly dealt with a lot. A thankful heart is not only the greatest virtue, but the parent of all virtues. Cicero. One more. Oh, I already read that. Typographical error here. So good. I'll do it again. Enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. Robert Brault said that. I would make a suggestion that the older you get, the sooner you look back. Because the older you get, the harder it is to look back. Time has a way of doing that to you. Don't let it do it to you. I'm grateful to have you here today, and I appreciate you spending your week with me, this wild and crazy journey that I've been on for such a long time. And it continues until it doesn't. August is fun, in the game, on purpose, in passion, on point. All right, have a great weekend. Scott Logic email. Go get it. motivation2move.com, all spelled out. Somebody's getting some traffic with the 2 in there, but it's all right. Go get it. It's free. It's good. You'll like it. If you don't like it, just say no. Join me at Facebook, dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. It's a great place to be. Good, really good people over there. And every now and then somebody shows up and you're like, what? Where'd they come from? Trust me, if somebody shows up with the what, where do they come from kind of attitude, for me, it's like, they're out of there. We keep it good. We keep it positive. Keep it upbeat. I think you'll like it. dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. All right. Have a great weekend. I will see you next week, Monday, right here on the Daily Boost.